Yes, she is the queen of glam, geek, and gore, and I love it when those areas intersect in weird and strange ways. Welcome to the Teletubbies. And if you're not here for the Teletubbies, I guess we have to say, Tubby bye-bye. My life is weird. Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but welcome. Hit that subscribe button and stick around. My name is Janessa, and I am North Dakota's trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And today, the glam and the geek are mingling and mixing a little bit. We are going to be doing a full Get Ratchet with Me featuring fabulous collab products from Trixie Cosmetics and Glisten Cosmetics. Both of them have done collections featuring the Teletubbies. So we are going to play with these products, see if they're any good, see what kind of a fun, colorful, children's programming approved kind of look we can come up with. If you're excited for that, then stick around because we're getting into it right now.
It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my personal Illuminati. I know that some might say that I am just a bad girl, but if you treat me right, I will be the best girl in this whole world. No, I'm not gonna bite. I got my hands on your body.
That's right. A while back, Glisten Cosmetics had come out with a Teletubbies collection. And look. I am clearly too old for the Teletubbies. Ancient. Haggard. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. But I love a good collab product. I love a fun theme. So I didn't pick up these Glisten Cosmetics products when they came out because I was like, you know what? They're kind of fun. A lot of them were wet liners, and I have a ton of wet liners, but I was like, you know what? I don't think this collection is for me. Well, isn't there egg on my tits? I did end up with the Tubby Custard Highlighter and the Tinky Winky Wet Liner Palette. This is a beautiful light pink with blue and pink flash. And this is a fabulous selection of purple liners. So how did I end up with these products after all? Well, Trixie Cosmetics decided to come out with a Teletubbies collection. This fabulous eyeshadow palette featuring 12 beautiful Teletubbies-inspired shades. Now, I may not love the Teletubbies, but I love Trixie Cosmetics. So I was like, you know what? We're going to give that a shot. And I thought, let's order products so that we can do a full face, at least of the color cosmetics. Obviously, nobody's got a Teletubby foundation, except maybe Sunset Makeup. But they did have an opaque pink gloss, also called Tubby Custard. Some stupid cute Nunu lashes. Nunu is the little vacuum cleaner. I still know a little bit about the Teletubbies because they were out when I was in undergrad and I was working at Waldenbooks. So absolutely, I am aware of the Nunu. And there was a blush, a beautiful red blush called Tinky Winky's Purse. I remember. Do you remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Shout out to Angelica Nyqvist from Sweden. It's been a while since we dusted off that joke. But I remember when Jerry Falwell, that rotten asshole, may he rot in hell, when he was going on and on about how Tinky Winky was the gay Teletubby because Tinky Winky had a male voice but carried a little red purse. Actually, a big, fabulous red purse. Almost like a lesbian tote. I loved it. He made such a big deal, and it was so ridiculous getting people all fired up about how Tinky Winky was the gay Teletubby. Let's get learned, because Tinky Winky was not the gay Teletubby. There was a lesbian hiding among you the whole time. So Tinky Winky, the reason why they said he was gay is because he was purple, and he had the triangle on the top. Well, purple is a blending of red and blue, and had a male voice but carried a purse. Tinky Winky was clearly serving us some non-binary realness. They were an icon before we even really talked about non-binary, before that was a term that was in common circulation. Now, little Poe here, little female voice, riding around on a scooter. She's a dyke on a bike. Clearly, she is the lesbian Teletubby. If you're going to be homophobic, Jerry, at least get it right. So I am excited to play with all of these fabulous, weird Teletubby products. We're going to see what we come up with. I'm thinking something yellow and purple and maybe a little bit of red. Maybe all of them, who knows? I know I want to use the yellow shades because I even bought one of Trixie's play pigments in yellow to give us a nice base to set up the yellow shadow. So let's get in and play and see what we come up with. Potato Face Serial Killer heading your way in 3, 2, 1. Hello there, Potato Face Serial Killer reporting for duty in my cute little leopard cat suit. Let me tell you, we gotta have the straps up or it's tits out on a Tuesday afternoon. Hello, so I am painting for a live stream today. I'm going to be coloring with Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, and Andrew from Gatie's Toys. I'm so excited. I have such a YouTube crush on Andrew. I'll go ahead and link the live stream here since it's already happened by the time this gets edited. But I got the time wrong, and so we're going to do speed painting. We are doing a Teletubbies face today. So let me tell you what's on this face already. L'Oreal Infallible Foundation and Concealer. A lot of this complexion stuff is going to be familiar from looks that I've done if you've been watching the content and the Get Ready With Me. A lot of these are going to be the same. So I've really been loving this pairing. I also mixed in some of the Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer in Silver Lake. I've been loving these with the foundation. It just gives me the right amount of glow without being too much. Clearly, I'm in a kerfuffle. I forgot the primers. I've got the Smashbox primer, the mattifying, and then the I Heart Revolution Strawberry Whip. This is discontinued, but I'm using up what I got left. I love these as a double prime. For contour, I did the Colored Rate Skin Stick. This is discontinued, rest in peace. And then I went over that with a little bit of the Daisy Bronzer from Trixie Cosmetics. Since we're doing the Trixie's Teletubbies, I thought let's bring in a little bit of this bronzer as well. Now, I didn't do an eye primer today because with this Teletubby collection, I decided I wanted to use the yellow shade, and I also ordered the Trixie Cosmetics Yellow Play Pigment. This is Merry Go Round, and we're going to use this on the first, 2/3 of the eye, and we're going to put the yellow and green, and then I think go into the purple.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up our love friends, fill up the car to live best because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna.
All right, I wanted to make sure we had a lot of that pigment, and now I'm going to go in and finesse it with a brush. Clearly a dirty brush.
The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night.
That did darken it a little bit, but I think I went over it again, but I think it's going to be okay because we're going to put yellow shadow over this. This is my problem, is that sometimes when I first start, right after I've washed brushes, I always have the clean and the dirty very clearly marked and in different areas. And then as things go, things just become a little bit wild, wild west around here. And so I accidentally had a dirty brush that didn't look dirty until I started using it. And there's a little bit of shadow in there, but in the crease of the eye. But I think that this will give us a good base for the yellow shadow. All right, so here is the Teletubbies palette. I'm going to go into La La, this yellow shade, and I'm going to fill in that inner part over top of the play pigment.
And we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention. Yeah, we just want to dance on our own. We came to party all night long.
This yellow is a little bit deeper than that play pigment, but still having that bright yellow gives it a nice base. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because then we're going to start bringing in some green. And I want to have some of the yellow underneath part of where the green is going to go because I think it'll help make the blend a little bit more seamless. Seamless.
To every song. We don't need nobody's attention. Don't need nobody else in our zone.
And because I'm in a rush, this is probably going to be a little bit more of like a deconstructed, a little bit of a messy look. I'm going to be okay with that. It's a coloring day. It's a play day. I don't need anything super intricate and precise. It's more about having fun and playing with color. So now I'm going to go into Dipsy, this green right here, and put that next to the yellow. I will say this is still good, but I don't know that these feel like typical Trixie shadows. I love Trixie Cosmetics formula, and all of her big like square pan, what are they, 12 pan palettes have always been really, really good. The mattes have always been really, really good. These are good, but they feel a lot more powdery. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more fallout. I am rushing, so certainly I'm not taking the care that I might have taken on a regular kind of day. But I don't feel like they're quite the same. I feel like even if I'm rushing, I think user error only counts for so much. I think that the experience of the product feels different. All right, I'm going to leave the purple on the outer corner until after we do some shimmers. We're going to start here with this gold shimmer, which is Wake Up Time, and then we're going to go into the green shimmer, which is Playtime, and then we'll go into the darker green, which is Windmill Whirl. I don't know a lot about Teletubbies. Wake Up Time and Playtime are pretty self-explanatory, but the Windmill, I don't know about that. But let's put those three shimmers across the lid. So this shimmer doesn't feel like what I'm used to for Trixie either. I'm going to put some glitter primer down, and hopefully this will help it stick a little bit more. Actually, I'll try spritzing it with setting spray first. That'll be less fussy. There we go. That's much better. That's much more of what I wanted. I'm going to go into Tinky Winky, and I'm going to do a little bit just to connect these mattes down to the shimmer. And then I'm going to deepen with this one, which is on a little bit of the outer corner.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you.
I don't know if you can see that, but where the mattes come together, this is not the Trixie formula that I'm used to. Because when I start to get those, rather than trying to blend together, it's almost like it goes a little bit bald. I don't love that. I don't know what's happening. even on the mat itself, when I'm trying to like spread it out and get even, I get little like bald patches. I'm going to go over that with the shimmer Twinkly and try to just blend a little bit to keep it from looking bald.
I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna work.
I don't love that, but I mean, it covers up the bald spots. I don't like that kind of shimmer right there, but let's darken a little bit and see what that does.
Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try, but they can never take me down. Good.
I think once we have lashes and everything on, it'll kind of come together. Just trying to smooth that line between the green and the purple a little bit. That's as good as it's going to be. For the lower lash, we might as well use the last. We're going to have a little bit of red in the blush, but let's go with Poe and just connect that lower lash line.
I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid.
All right, I think that's going to have to do. I'm going to go put mascara on, and I will also put on the new lashes from the Trixie Teletubbies collection, and I will draw on some brow shapes. All right, so here's where we are. I don't know. I am as close as you can get to being like a Trixie stan without actually being a stan, but I don't love this. I kind of tried to finesse it a little bit. These new lashes are cute, but they're very small. They're very everyday makeup wear. I'm a big drag queen. This chest makeup is looking terrible. I'm sorry. I'm just in a rush and I'm trying to hurry so that I'm not late for my live stream. But yeah, we'll have a dress on. We'll have jewelry on. It's fine. But I just looking at it now, I'm like, wow, it's a lot. Anyway, so I'm going to take Twinkly and I'm going to put that in the front of the brows. And I think we're just going to do that color. Sometimes I mix colors, but I want this to be a very Tinky Winky forward look. I'm actually going to put Twinkly in the inner corners as well. As kind of a surprise pop of color. Yeah, I want that to be a little paint splattery. I love that. Now, as I mentioned, this is not only Trixie Cosmetics, it's also Glisten Cosmetics. And so the eyebrows were done with this Tinky Winky wet liner palette. And I used this shade up here, and I mostly stuck to the lighter shade and tried to bring in a little bit of the darker shade just to get that brow base color. Now let's do a little bit of blush with Tinky Winky's Purse. This is a beautiful, bright blush shade. I'm excited for this. I love Tinky Winky's Purse. I'm here for it. Jerry Falwell, Rotten Hell.
I don't care about the feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try, but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid.
I mean, that's red blush. I'm going to do a little bit of Polite Society peach powder on the cheeks just to tame that red down a little bit. I love a lot of blush, but there's a lot of blush even for me. And then we'll do a highlighter. There we go. Just tames it down just ever so slightly. All right, another Glisten product. We have the Tubby Custard Highlighter. And this is a beautiful bright pink. It's kind of blown out, but it's a bright pink with like a blue shift to it and a little bit of pink sparkle. That blue sparkle makes it look almost purple. Very Tinky Winky. We love that. Tinky Winky is that girl. She is the star of the moment.
Love, not afraid.
course, the center of the face. Gorgeous. Let's hit this with some setting spray just to take any powderiness away. I misplaced my fan and I don't have time to go find it. All right, last thing is the lip. Now, Trixie's collection did have a Tubby Custard gloss, but we know I love a Chola lip, so I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this Morphe eyeliner pencil in Trendsetter. All right, so do a little bit of the lining and then fill it in. Now we're going to go in with Tubby Custard Gloss. I was hoping for more opacity. They made it look very opaque. This is very sheer. Yeah, I think this might be a little too sheer for me. So I may change up the lip. We will see. I'm going to go and put some drag on. I'm going to go do my coloring live stream. And then I'll put some nails on and I'll do all of that. And then we'll come back and have the final thoughts.
All of the Horde have those cool crossbows.
That's true too.
Yeah, crossbow and leather. And although I will say that I recently rewatched Savage Streets with Linda Blair as an adult, and I'm like, my parents definitely were not in the room when I was watching this, and I can't believe, they just, oh, you like Linda Blair? Okay. Because I went through like a 2-year period where I wanted to be Linda Blair.
Parenting in the 80s was wild. I was going through some from a closet I was cleaning out. And in the 80s, I read all of those V.C. Andrews books. And my mom read them, and she knew I was reading them. And it's nothing but incest, like constant incest.
Yeah, I still, Flowers in the Attic, Petals
Oh my God.
in the Wind, the first 3 of the Dollengangers, however you say those stupid kids' names. So the first 3 from her bookshelf.
All right, hold on a second. This is the look, but I gotta get a better lip on. This sheer gloss is not doing it for me. Hold on a second. Much better. All right, so here we are. Yes, now this look, let's talk about this collection. Let's talk about these products. Now this makeup look, I think it looked fine. So I did my coloring live stream with Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, and we had some fun. Jem has been going through some things. But I do have to say that overall, I'm a little surprised by this collection. I usually love the Trixie Cosmetics eyeshadow formula. I am usually a big fan. I love a lot of their palettes. I've used them for really fantastic looks, and there was something about this palette that just didn't hit for me. I know I'm not wearing nails. If you saw the live stream, I started with nails and then they just kind of started flying off on their own. So eventually I gave up. And just for this outro, I didn't feel like putting them on. So I don't have nails on. Sorry, twinks. I know if I'm not wearing nails, I'm not doing drag, but let me live. So here is the palette. And these are fun. And I do think that the yellow went on nice over the play pigment, but the mattes are not the usual, like, give me some base, because it's all about that base, no trouble. Like, there was none of that for this. These were not there. And the shimmers, like, Twinkly, I have to say, is beautiful. I love it. Twinkly is gorgeous. But overall, these shimmers just were not hitting. Now, some of the reason why I maybe don't like this look as much is because these new lashes, they're cute. They're very everyday girl on the go kind of lashes. For a big drag queen like me, they're not really it, right? Like, these could be great, cut them down, use them as bottom lashes. But in terms of just being a lash, they're a little bit bigger than some of Trixie's other styles, but they're still not a full big drag lash. So that's on me. I could absolutely have paired this with bigger lashes, but I wanted to use the whole collection. So the eyeshadow palette for me is just kind of meh. It's all right. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And especially when you think about some of the beautiful shimmers and mattes from indie brands like Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Blend Bunny Cosmetics blows this out of the water, and the price points are similar, if not a little bit better on the Blend Bunny side. So I don't know. I just am not loving it. I liked kind of the way that they blended together. I like this color story. It's very Teletubbies, but I think it can make a fun kind of almost Mardi Gras sort of look with a little bit of red. I like it, but I don't love it. Now the blush, Tinky Winky's Purse, this is super cute. I do love a red blush, and I love Trixie's blushes. They are very pigmented, so go in lightly if you don't want to be absolutely crazy. But, you know, even my clown blush, I was able to tamp it down a little bit with some setting powder. But this is definitely very pigmented. It's not for the faint of heart. If you want to sheer it out, go in very, very lightly. Tap off your brush. But if you want an intense red, beautiful blush, this is gorgeous. I still think that Trixie's blush products are some of the best products in her line. I absolutely love the blushes. The Tubby Custard Gloss is fine. I felt like in Trixie's video, it looked more opaque. So when I put it over a bare lip with some lip liner, I was surprised that I didn't get more color. And for a colorful look like this, if I'm going to do a nude look, I'm going to do a nude liquid lipstick and then maybe this over it. I don't know if this by itself with a lip liner is the move. This gloss, I think it's cute. But I was really hoping for more pigment. So I put it over this L'Oreal liquid lipstick, and it just kind of gave it a goopy, milky kind of look that I like. I've been super into goopy lips lately. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what it says about me. I don't know what's happening in my life. But I do like this. I don't love it. I should say that I like it, but I don't love it. The lashes were cute for a gag. They're cute for the video, but I think we will probably not be using these a lot. Unless I try. I haven't been doing a lot of lower lash looks, but if I do, I'll hold on to these and I'll maybe try to cut them down into some bottom lashes. Now for the Glisten products, I was running late today. I really did have intentions to try to do like an eyeliner look with this, but I was late to the coloring stream. I got the time wrong. I thought it started at 2 p.m. Central, but it was 2 p.m. Eastern. And so I had much less time to get ready. So I only used this as the base of the brow. I have a ton of wet liners from Glisten Cosmetics. They are all fantastic. They do amazing colors. They do so many colors. And so this is obviously a win for me. I love that it's a little Tinky Winky. After that whole kerfuffle with Jerry Falwell, I'm a Tinky Winky fan. We love a non-binary queen. We are here for the representation, so I love Tinky Winky. And these, you know, both of these colors and this darker of this more orchidy purple, these are all colors that I would use as a base for a brow. These other ones are a little bit too light for that, but I might use it to mix in and do like an ombre brow, or like I said, if I had more time, I was going to try to do like maybe an eyeliner look and do something a little bit more avant-garde in terms of that. But I do really like this. I like Glisten liners. The packaging is a little ridiculous. You know, if you don't like weird shapes, if you don't like things that maybe don't store, just like little squares kind of stacked up, that might annoy you, but I think this is adorable. It's very well made, and I love the Glisten liners. They're great. They're all hits. If you haven't already, check out their Pride Liner collection. I ordered one of these little sets of 4. I got the trans flag, the non-binary flag, the lesbian flag, and the gay male flag. I thought with these, it gives me pretty much a full rainbow. I can do kind of a rainbow eyeliner look. I've got a little bit. There's even a black and a white. And I've got the trans flag with some pastels. So I've got a little bit of everything. And so I thought these 4, not only do I appreciate these flags, but you know what? I was like, these are going to be good options for having pretty much any color I could need from Glisten Cosmetics. The Tubby Custard Highlighter. Now, obviously, if you've watched any of my content before, you will know that I hate this packaging. I'm having trauma flashbacks to Made by Mitchell. But in terms of performance, this is the standout product for me in today's video. This pink with blue on the cheek. Oh my God, it was very Tinky Winky. It gave us a lot of purple. Sorry if my camera's going in and out of focus. This new setup, I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. I'm so sorry. But I love this. I absolutely think that is gorgeous. So for me, my favorite product of this whole experience is the Tubby Custard Highlighter from Glisten Cosmetics. From the eyeshadow palette, you know, Twinkly is like one shade that is absolutely stunning, and it's one that is the most memorable. But the rest of the palette is basic. Can we say that? I know that she's our fave. I love Trixie Mattel. I love a lot of what she does, and I've loved a lot of her makeup. You know, they are staple products. Those Daisy bronzers I use all the time for my contouring. Her blushes are absolutely gorgeous. I love them, but this palette, I love some of her eyeshadow palettes. They're so good, but this one just felt different. It performed different. The shimmers, I really had to spray them. Usually I can lay a Trixie shimmer over a matte without having to spray it, and this time it was not happening. We had to spray it. Overall, I liked the collection. I thought it was fun. It was fun to get to do this Teletubbies look, even if I'm not a Teletubbies fan. I was too old, but I hope you enjoyed this look. All right, so that is the video. Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think? Did you like this Teletubby-inspired look? Did you like the way the look came out? Do you like this color combination? Is there a different combination you would have done? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. And while you are down there, don't forget, if you appreciate this video, if you like it, if you're a Teletubbies fan, then go ahead and give me that thumbs up. And you know what? If you are like, girl, you are too old to be playing with Teletubby shit, groomer, then go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified of all future uploads. I try really hard to have at least one video a week, and sometimes, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, Teletubtastic! If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website. Again, just pretend I have nails on. The World of Champagne at JanessaJ.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. I loved this. This was a fun little video. Even if I'm a little frustrated, I think the makeup turned out all right. I think it's serviceable, but, you know, we'll have better days. Better days are coming soon. So until I see you again, bye. Tuppy, bye-bye.